Hello, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a quick little tidbit of a piece of inspiration that I've actually been using recently to help my motivation for some of the goals that I've set for this year. And it's the idea of setting an impossible goal. And so I heard about this concept through Brooke Castillo of the Life Coach School when she was being interviewed on one of my favorite podcasts, which is The Lively Show by Jess Lively. And Brooke talked about how setting impossible goals kind of is a way to circumvent our brain's natural tendency to retract, essentially, from anything new that we want to pursue because it's out of our comfort zone. So we have that reptilian brain that is wired to stay in comfort and stay in survival and not venture out for fear of change or even death. And that brain, as useful as it was thousands and thousands of years ago in the cave when we shouldn't be venturing out into the middle of nowhere because we might get eaten by a wild animal, it's not quite as useful anymore in modern society. And I think I heard Liz Gilbert once say the stress response of our reptilian brain is like our fear is jacked up on Red Bull because it thinks every little stressor in our environment is cause for potential death. And our adrenals really get overstimulated and we just get really stressed, and we're all always in that hypersensitive, overstimulated state. And so essentially when we set goals that are bigger than we've ever set before, that actually stimulates our brain as well to immediately say that's not possible or that's impossible. Any kind of big stretch goal you've ever set, you can probably relate to this. I know I can. And the reason our brain is saying it's impossible is because, well, it is. We haven't created that reality yet for ourselves. We're not observing that reality around us, and therefore our brain is deeming it impossible because we've never done it before. And there's a couple things I want to say about that. Number one, Brooke talks about how asinine it is for us to think the thought that I can't do something because I've never done it before. And think about how illogical that is. Nothing new would ever have been invented if that was a legitimate reason for not venturing out of our comfort zone. Everything new that's ever been created or invented hadn't been done yet until the person who created it created it. And no baby would ever learn to walk if the babies all gave up after their first 5 falls of trying to walk. Oh, I've never done it before, I guess I'm not destined to walk, and therefore I'm not going to walk. So that's paradigm shift number one. How asinine is it that we're actually using I've never done that before as a reason to not pursue a goal that really excites us or motivates us, right? Of course, you haven't done it before, but that doesn't mean that you can't. The only way it absolutely means that you can't is if you don't even try. And that brings me to the heart of this video that I'm so excited to share because it was a light bulb for me too. It was something that I had to learn with the help of a friend, and it really shifted the way I think about how to pursue my goals. So I'm in the coaching program with Brooke Castillo actually, and my friend is as well. And Brooke was talking about setting an impossible goal for this coming year of 2018. And so I was basically thinking, what is the point of setting an impossible goal? Because it really is kind of way too much of a stretch, and I can go towards it, but I'm not going to hit it probably. And Brooke even says that this isn't a backdoor way of actually achieving the goal. It's a way of changing how you pursue the goal. And my friend actually did me a huge favor and clarified that a little bit more, so I'm going to break it down for you in this video. It's not about hitting the impossible goal. It's about who you become in the process of chasing it. Because let's say you set a mediocre goal or even an easy goal, and one that you know you can definitely reach. A lot of things are going to happen. You could become complacent. You could try less hard. You could try less things. Because in the back of your mind, you haven't stretched yourself. It's something that is in your reach, even for the person that's created the reality that you're living in right now. And so the goal isn't stretching you to become any different. It's a goal that you can actually perceive as possible from where you're standing right now, which means it's not really out of your comfort zone. It means it's still in your comfort zone. How do you know you've gotten out of your comfort zone? When the goal starts to look impossible. But here's the beauty of it. When the goal is out of your comfort zone, that's when you start stretching in terms of what you have to train yourself to believe in your mind. And then that's internally. And then externally, what you have to actually do, the actions you have to take towards that goal. So for me, my impossible goal has to do with an obscene amount of content creation on this new channel. And I mean, I have a subscriber number in my head. I'm not going to share that just because that's not really as important in my head. My head, it's the number of videos that I want to make in this calendar year. And it's a lot. So basically, in chasing it right now, I'm trying to upload 4 videos a week. So you guys can probably do the math and figure it out. So it's a lot of content creation over a relatively long period of time. But it's also forcing me to kind of rearrange my priorities and my schedule to be able to film and edit and post on a regular basis. So automatically, the pieces of my life are starting to become shuffled around, and they're starting to become a more true reflection of my biggest priorities, one of which is this content creation and my creativity and my channel. But number 2, it's forcing me to really scour the internet, scour the books I have, rack my brains, ask my intuition, do whatever it takes to come up with many different plans of action that I can do on a regular basis to hopefully grow my subscriber base. So you can see both internally, I have to really tune in and ask myself, okay, what new beliefs do I need to believe to make this happen? And then also I ask my intuition, what different courses of action can I take? And externally, I actually have to take those actions. I have to rearrange my schedule. I have to make my life a more true reflection of my priorities. So in order to even proceed on the path to this goal that my brain in December of 2017 deemed impossible. So I wanted to share that in this video. This video actually went a little bit longer than I was originally anticipating. I got really excited and started talking more than I thought I was going to. But it's really such an important concept that if anyone started applying it in their lives, they would just become a bigger, more creatively fulfilled version of their current self, because you're stretching. The impossible goal is not necessarily about achieving that exact goal in the exact time frame that you want. It's about who you become in the pursuit of it. And that's really true for any goal. Any goal you set, the joy is in the journey, right? It's about who you're becoming en route to the goal. But the question is, the type of goal is also determining who you're becoming. So if you set a goal that's in your comfort zone, you're likely going to stay in your comfort zone. You're going to be the same person you are today. If you set a goal that's wildly outside of your comfort zone and you dedicate all of your time and your resources and your mental energy and your passion towards pursuing that path, you're going to grow into a version of yourself that you likely can't even imagine today. And what will likely happen, I know this is becoming the case for me slowly but surely, I'm losing my attachment to the material aspects of the goal, to the number of subscribers, number of videos, whatever the case, because I'm gaining the things that really matter, which is self-respect. I'm gaining a greater sense of discipline, a greater sense of pride in my accomplishments, a greater sense of who I am and what I'm about and what the message that I want to share on my channel really is. So I'm kind of trading in what doesn't matter as much for what actually does. And I'm actually going to talk about that a tiny bit more in a future video as well. But anyway, I think that's good enough for this video. As always, thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day here with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.